All right, everybody. Brian Reese here, the VA Claims Insider, coming at you from San Antonio, Texas. And again, welcome back to VA Claims Insider Mastery. We went through Module 1, which is all about the strategy. So getting everything correct and set up the right way for you to file or refile your winning VA disability claim and how to get a higher rating. All right, so now that we're in Module 2, we're learning all about the tactics. So we're putting the strategy into action. All right, if I didn't say it before, I'm going to say it now. This is not just a training program, okay? This is an action moment. This is an action course. This is for you to do stuff that's actually going to get a result, okay? So it's not about the length of these course or modules. It's about the exact information you need to go put it into action. All right, because I want you guys to get results. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to file your own VA disability claim online from scratch and why you don't need a VSO, why you don't need a lawyer, why you don't need me, why you don't need anyone else other than you. I think we've been sold this dirty secret that it's impossible to do this on your own, and the only way to get it right is to go through a veteran service organization like DAV, VFW, Legion, AMVETS. There's a whole bunch of them out there. Military Order, the Purple Heart. And guys and gals, it is simply not true. As a fellow veteran, I'm gonna just tell us flat out, we're getting sold a big lie, a big bag of crap. Because one of the easiest things you can do is file a claim. It's easy. The VSOs, the lawyers, the people who are going to help with that, all they do is file claims. They're following a process to put your name here. Hey, Jim, I need you to put your first name here, your last name here. I need your social security number. I need your date of birth. Send me your dependents' birth certificates, right? That's all they're doing. They're just simply filing the claim. As you can see, I'm going to show you how to file a claim. It's super easy. The key is we're going to file winning claims. I don't know about you, but I don't just want to file a claim. I want to file a winning claim that gets me the exact rating and the exact compensation I deserve under the law. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. And so the filing a claim, as you're going to see here when I show you, it's not hard. It's just following through some screens and entering the right information in the right places. And then the reason why I want us to do this on your own is because we're going to add the medical evidence that you need. Remember, we talked all about those things, the DBQs, medical nexus opinions, statements in support of a claim, sworn declarations if you need those, keywording, how to do the ECFR, search for keywords so that you basically guarantee the exact rating you want. And then you simply you upload those things at the end of your claim before you click submit so that that evidence is in there. So again, I'm going to show you right now on the screen how to do this and how to get the compensation and rating you deserve. All right. So first thing, file a claim on e-benefits. You're going to do an e-claim. Why are we going to do an e-claim? The e-claim, and the reason why we're going to do this on e-benefits and why it's the most important and the best way to do it is because we, as the veterans, we maintain control. When you work with a VSO, if you work with an attorney, you give away control. In fact, you're signing power of attorney. And when you sign power of attorney, you're giving the authority and you're giving the ability for somebody else to act in your behalf. That might be good in certain circumstances, and that might be bad. What I'm telling you is that's bad because you want to keep control. You want to be the one in the driver's seat. You want to be the one making decisions. And that's how we're going to do it. Okay, so let's go there now. There's the link, e-benefits. You can just click it right there or just Google e-benefits. If you don't have an e-benefits account, you need to create one. It's super easy. All you do is go to the e-benefits webpage, click register, and create a login, okay? So let's go there now. All right, I may have cheated a little bit because I knew we were going to do this. Sorry about that. So I'm going to minimize the screen here. All right, and here we are. Now, I mentioned I did cheat a little bit already. So all I did is I went to the eBenefits website. Okay, you can Google eBenefits right now. Again, it pops up. Now, I logged in already. You can see Brian Reese. I'm already logged in. And this is what comes up when you first log in. So again, you have to have an account. If you don't have an eBenefits account, create one. Make sure you select the eBenefits premium account as well, because the premium account is going to give us access to some different things that I want us to have, okay? So again, when you log in, there's a bunch of tabs across the top, a bunch of columns here: apply, manage, learn. We'll go through all these in detail. And then there's your dashboard on the left-hand side. Personal information, representative, disabilities. If you click this disabilities, it's going to show your current disabilities and what you're rated for. Okay, dependents. My claims and appeals, your work in process, your historical claims. So work in process is if you already have a claim open and you're working on that, working to add info. Historical claims, this is what you've done in the past. It's going to show those and the dates that they closed. Historical appeals. My benefits and payments, this is going to show everything you're entitled to under the law. And then payment history, this is going to show what you're getting every month. It's going to show any retroactive back pay you've received and all of that by month, okay? So what would you, look, this just happens when I scroll to the bottom. What would you like to do? Apply for benefits, manage health. Okay, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be applying for benefits, but I'm not going to click it from there, but you can. It's the same thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the top here where it says apply. And I'm going to go compensation. And again, it gives me a featured activity. Apply for disability compensation. Submit a claim for disabilities that you believe are related to your military service. Okay, so I'm going to click that. And do bear with me, please. eBenefits is not always the fastest application. And by the way, sometimes you see stuff on the top here that says we're currently experiencing issues. You know, refer to the outage calendar. That happens often. All right, so here's what came up: disability compensation benefits. Again, it gives you a Privacy Act statement, basically just to say, hey, it's criminal to lie, to cheat, to do something illegal. The VA, it also gives you the confidentiality of the VA, so they can't share anything that you say here. And so all you're going to do is, oh, and then it tells you here, accredited national VSOs are available to assist veterans and their families and beneficiaries for navigating the program free of charge. That's true. VSOs will work for free. And guess what? You're going to get what you pay for. Okay? They're going to do this for free, but you're going to get what you pay for. All they're going to do is file the claim for you. That's the easiest thing in the world. Filing a claim is easy. The art of this is in the science, the art and science is you don't want to just file a claim. You want to file a winning claim. You want to file a claim that gets you the exact rating and compensation you deserve. If you're at 80%, you want to file a claim that's going to get you to 100% if that's what you deserve. If you're at 0%, you want to file a claim that gets you 50% if that's what you deserve. You're not going to have that happen through a VSO because all they're going to do is open a claim and file it. But remember, number one reason why disability claims get denied is there's not enough clear and convincing medical evidence for the VA to make a decision. The second reason is they're unable to determine service connection. That is, was your current disabilities caused or made worse by your active duty military service? Okay. All right, so let's kick through this. So remember, all I did was I clicked apply for disability compensation. This statement comes up. You got to check this box with the asterisk that says, I have read and I understand the Privacy Act information, okay? And then click Save and Continue. Maybe, slowly. It might have kicked me out here. I'll try it one more time. Apply for disability compensation. Yep, it kicked me out. So 1 second here. That right now eBenefits is having some what's called intermittent DS login issues. So I do know that they're having a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to bear with me here, gang. Try it again. So again, we're going back to eBenefits. I'm going to log in. Remember I showed you that outage calendar across the top? So on occasion, they have lots of different outages for various reasons. And for whatever reason, it kicks you out. And so just be patient. Be as patient as you possibly can when you're logging in and out of eBenefits, because sometimes it is hit or miss. Okay. All right. So I was able to log back in. So again, it shows dashboard Brian Reese, and I'm going to do apply compensation, apply for VA disability compensation. And of course, it's going to pull up that Privacy Act statement. I have read and understand the privacy information. Click save and continue. Okay. All right. So this is what comes up now. Disability compensation benefits. All right. This is the main individual dashboard that you're going to be working from. So it lists all of your personal information. So see here, I'm on this first screen, which is applicant information. And then in this section, I've got to march down all of this information by making sure this is correct. Okay. So fill in your basic information, contact information, crucial here. Make sure this is correct. All right. You've got to have your correct home address here and have your phone numbers here. The reason why you've got to make sure your home address is correct is because this is where the VA is going to schedule and send all information related to your claim. Okay, so if you're moving, I recommend you put your new address here, or at least make sure your forwarding address is correct. And what the other thing is, the reason why this address is so crucial is because when the VA, if and when they schedule you for C&P exams, compensation and pension exams, you're going to want to make darn sure this is correct, because a lot of times you get a notice in the mail and it's like, hey, you've got 7 days to go to your appointment. If you miss your C&P exam, I can guarantee you're going to lose your claim. All right. C&P exam is crucial. The number one most important day in the entire claims process. And if you miss it, you're setting yourself up for failure. Okay. So all you got to do here is, this is just asking you to validate and verify your basic information. If any of this is not correct, click edit contact info. If your payment info is not correct for direct deposit, make sure you edit that and do this. Make sure that your direct deposit, your bank name, your routing number, your checking account number is correct. This is how the VA is actually going to pay you every month. All right, that's pretty important. So make sure that's correct. Now, one quick note on the payment info: you're not going to be able to enter anything in here if you've never filed a claim before until the claim is already submitted. Okay, so don't panic if you're unable to add it in here right now. Okay, so all I'm going to do, I've verified my personal information is correct, and I'm going to click save and continue. All right, so now it comes up, select address for the exam. In support of your claim for benefits, we may need to schedule a compensation and pension exam. Please let us know where you will be so we can schedule the exam near your location. What address should we use to schedule your appointment? Schedule exam based on my current address of record. Schedule the exam based on a different address. So again, you could click this and enter something else. Hey, I'm moving. I would prefer for you to use this address. Maybe you're living with a friend right now, part-time. Put that address. If you're overseas, you might want to put that in there. Okay. But I'm going to click schedule the exam based on my home address of record, and then click save and continue. Homeless information. Are you currently homeless or at risk of becoming homeless? Yes or no. I am going to check no. All right. All right. Important dates. This is a crucial screen that I'm going to show you about. So as you can see, this says, when does my application expire? If you do not complete your application by this date, it will expire and be removed from the system. This application expires 1 year from when the VA received your notice of intent to file. Your intent to file was received on April 19th, 2018. So again, this is the exact date that I'm in here working. And this is crucial because you have, guys and gals, now 1 year, 365 days from the date that you open up a claim to add all important information, medical information, whatever, and actually click submit. All right. 1 year is a long time. All right. I want you to, you should be able to do this in 30 days or less. Now, again, filing the claim is really easy. Making sure you have all the medical evidence, sometimes not so easy. If you need a buddy letter, right, you may be waiting on information from a spouse or someone you served with. You may need a sworn declaration. You may be getting a disability benefits questionnaire filled out from a doctor, or you may be getting a medical nexus opinion from a doctor. Those things take time. So that's part of why they give you time. But what's crucial is, and why this is important, is let's say the VA is going to decide my claim 9 months from now. Okay, so sometime around August, September, October of 2019, they decide my claim. Well, let's say they determine that, hey, Brian, instead of you being 50%, because of the last claim you filed, we now determine you're 100%. All right, all of that back pay, the difference between whatever rating you had and your new rating, you're going to be back paid from the date that you opened the notice of intent to file. So again, if they take 9 months to decide my claim and my new rating is 100% disabled and my old rating was 50% where I was getting about $1,000 a month, at the 100% rating, you start getting about $3,000 a month. All right, that's $2,000 a month difference in an increase. I'm going to get back paid the additional $2,000 a month from the date I opened up a notice of intent to file. Pretty sweet deal, right? So again, if it takes them 9 months, 9 months times $2,000 a month, which is the additional increase money, that's $18,000. That's a big, big deal. Now here's a big deal too. If you miss your 1 year date, your notice of intent to file expires and it starts over. So you're going to miss all that back pay. Okay, so don't miss that date. So this is just saying, hey, do you get it? You understand what you're signing up for? Yes, I do. I understand these terms. Let's go. Okay, that's all that's saying, but it's important. All right, so this talks about, hey, you ready to get started? Here's some information we need. Important, all right, if you're currently active duty. To submit this application, you must be either 1, separating from military service in less than 180 days. So if you're active duty, you can file a claim no earlier than 6 months before the date you're separating or retiring. Okay? So if you're outside that window, that's fine. Keep gathering information, but just don't click submit. And then, of course, if you're already separated, you're free to open claims and file claims at any time. Okay? Now, this is an important note too. You can use this application to apply for compensation based on PTSD and unemployability. Be sure to complete relevant sections and provide supporting medical information. Unemployability is a big one, okay? If you're not currently working, you can file a claim for what's called Temporary Disability Individual Unemployability, TDIU. So if you're rated at, for example, let's say that you're rated at 80% right now, and you're getting about $1,500 a month, okay? If you're unemployable or you can't work or you can't find a job because of your service-connected disabilities, your pain, your PTSD symptoms, whatever, you can still, even if you're not rated 100%, you can still be paid at the 100% level, even though you're only rated maybe 80%, if you file for 100% TDIU, Temporary Disability Individual Unemployability, okay? Remember I told you it's really easy to file a disability claim? We estimate that the disability compensation application will take approximately 1 hour and 10 minutes. It shouldn't take that long. If you have all your information done, it's super quick. What takes a long time, and again, when you open up a new claim, I don't expect you to just go in and finish it and click submit immediately. There's some things you're going to want to gather. You're going to want to make sure you've got all your medical records. You may need buddy statements. Remember, you're going to write statements in support of a claim for every disability you're filing for. All right. You may need DBQs or nexus letters from doctors. So that stuff takes time. Okay. But remember, you've got 1 year. So all this is saying is, hey, if you're ready to start, let's go. Okay. So I'm just going to click continue. Getting help with your claim. Need help completing your claim? We encourage you to get help by finding an accredited attorney, claims agent, or VSO. Again, I'm not telling you not to use them, okay? Because I love our VSOs. I love our lawyers. What they provide a critical service for our veterans. In fact, I support many of their organizations. But what I'm letting you know is this dirty little secret that they don't know anything more than you know, all right? They don't. Most of them have inadequate training. They're paid at or below the poverty line. They're overworked, underpaid, and they really don't have any skin in the game to care, okay? They're trying to meet their quotas by actually clicking file on your claim. But remember, we don't want to file claims. We want to file winning claims, all right? So that's why you're in VA Claims Insider Mastery. Okay, so continue. Now, this next screen is important because, and it kicked me out again. Sorry about that, guys. I'll try one more time. I might have to log back in. Right now, eBenefits is having all kinds of issues with just logging in and access. So I apologize for that. I'll try to log back in here real quick. And while you're waiting, I don't want you guys to spin your wheels too much. But again, back to our VSOs and our attorneys. We need them. So I'm not trying to speak ill or speak poorly of them because we do need them. But all I'm telling you guys is that they're just going to file claims. And that part's not that hard. Filing a winning VA disability claim, that part is hard. So again, apply, compensation, finding my application. Okay, so here's what happens after you've already opened a claim. If you try to apply again, it's going to say you already have started a claim for disability compensation. You're going to be directed to your open application, okay, which is what you want to do. A key note is you can't have more than one claim open at any one time. If you open up a new claim while you have another claim started, it's just going to consolidate it and kick it back, okay? So again, we've already gone through this stuff. You can see the stuff highlighted in blue. Address is blah, blah, important dates. We already went through all these, remember? So I'm going to go back to the last screen that did work, which was getting help with the claim, and I'm going to click continue. And this is going to take me to a section where it's talking about the fully developed claim. Remember I told you in an earlier lesson that there's two types of claims? There's a standard claim and there's a fully developed claim. With a standard claim, you're putting the onus and the ownership back on the VA, and you're asking the VA to be responsible and to take control of obtaining important medical information or anything important for them to make a decision on your claim. Now, we talked about this earlier, right? How do you set yourself up for success? The VA is so busy. They've got so many active claims going at any one time. If you rely on the VA to hunt down and track down information on you and on your behalf, you're setting yourself up for failure. Don't do it. Submit what's called a fully developed claim. Meaning under the fully developed claims program, when you click submit and you've uploaded all that information, you're telling the VA and the VA raters that everything you need to make a decision, I'm providing you. Again, it's going to happen faster. So you're going to get your claim process faster, okay? So again, this tells you, hey, you're going to have to do an evidence certification if you selected fully developed claim. All it's saying is, hey, veteran, do you understand that you've taken responsibility for your own claim? And everything you need to upload and have the VA make a decision, you're taking control of and you're submitting. Got it. Yep. So we're going to be submitting fully developed claims. Okay. I always encourage you to do that. What do you need to submit a fully developed claim? This explains just a little bit more in detail about what it is, what you need to do, what evidence you need. Again, I covered all this stuff inside the strategy module. What you need is medical evidence. So make sure you obtain your VA medical records, your military medical records, any private records. If you've had a sleep study, make sure you get that. If you've got a disability benefits questionnaire filled out and signed by our doctors or your doctor, okay, make sure you've got that on hand. If you have written those personal statements, remember the VA form 21-4138, the statement in support of a claim. Again, remember we talked about, I recommend you write one for each and every disability you have and sign it. You're going to want that handy, okay? So it might behoove you to have a little folder on your desktop, you know, titled your VA disability claim or whatever, where you're starting to file all of this evidence on your behalf, okay? So again, this is all just the applicant information tab. This is all pretty basic stuff, and you're just going to click continue, and now it's going to take us into your military service history, okay? So again, now we've moved from applicant information to your military service history, and all this asks here is, hey, talk to me about your service. So for me, it already had my Air Force service and a verified information in here from my DD-214. If there's another period here that's missing or this is incorrect, all you've got to do is click add a period of service. What branch you were in, if you were active or not, and when you were released, okay? So for some reason you were active duty for a while and then you served and you got out and then you came back in. So maybe there was a couple-year gap in there. You're going to want to explain that and make sure that that's in here adequately. If you're in the Guard or Reserves, you're going to want to make sure that's in here, okay? And all you're going to do is click Save and Continue. Okay, combat service. Have you served in a combat or combat-related operation since 9/11/2001? For me, I'm going to click Yes, because I did. I served in OEF, Operation Enduring Freedom, in Afghanistan in 2011. So this is asking about your combat service. So have you served in a combat or combat-related operation since 9/11/2001? Yes or no? Okay. Are you currently serving, or have you ever served in the Reserves or the National Guard? Yes or no? So for me, that answer is no. Where was the last place that you separated? So for me, all you got to do here, and this is kind of like Google suggests when you start typing and stuff comes up. For me, my last duty station and where I separated was Hanscom Air Force Base in Massachusetts. So I just started typing Hanscom and it came right up. So I'm going to select it and click Save and Continue. Did you serve under another name? No. Have you ever been a prisoner of war? No. Did you receive any type of severance, separation, or retired pay? All right. If you click less, or if you click yes in here, you need to explain it. And here's why. Okay. I'm going to read this to you. If it's determined you're entitled to both benefits, AKA your VA disability compensation and or military retired pay. So if you're retired and you want to select VA compensation instead of military retired pay, select a yes. So look at this. If you were awarded military retired pay prior to VA compensation, we will reduce your retired pay by the VA compensation amount. If you receive both military pay and VA compensation, some of the benefits may be recouped by the VA, blah, blah, blah. Why is this important? So why this is really important is if you're retired and you're submitting a claim for disability compensation benefits, remember that your VA disability compensation is tax-free, whereas your military retirement pay is taxed. So there's a benefit here to selecting VA pay. Now, what I wanted to let you know, though, is this is not always the case where you can receive concurrent pay, meaning you can get both retired pay and VA disability compensation if you're rated 50% or higher and it's determined to be combat related pay, okay? So that's also crucial when you're going through here to file your claim. So again, I would click yes here, but remember, I'm going to click no because I didn't receive separation, severance, or retired pay. I'm not retired from active duty. Okay, I just separated. And then I'm going to click save and continue. Okay, so now we're into the guts of this thing. This is all just your basic information, who you are, your military information. Now we're going to your disabilities. Okay, so all you got to do here, please verify that your service-connected disabilities are shown below. Click claim a new disability to report a disability that has been filed for or the VA hasn't previously looked at for benefits. Okay, so this gives you also some interesting information here. If your situation's changed, you've got 3 options. So again, these are showing all of my disabilities. Plantar fasciitis left foot, also claimed as flat foot to residuals, claimed as secondary. You can see that the decision was 20% service connected. Here was the effective date. And so look what I can do now. I can request an increase. So if I think I should be rated higher than this, I can request an increase. I could also add a secondary claim. So if I think that my left foot plantar fasciitis has caused or made worse my right foot plantar fasciitis, I can add a secondary claim for right foot plantar fasciitis and say that it's due to my left foot plantar fasciitis. Okay, remember we talked about secondary claims in another module. These are important. A lot of veterans forget about secondary disability claims, okay? So this talks about if the severity of your service-connected disability has increased, meaning it's gotten worse, click request increase to file a claim for an increased benefit evaluation, okay? Boom, you just click it. Or for PTSD, I want an increase, boom. If I think that my hearing loss, which came back not service-connected, if I think that that should be reopened because the VA made a mistake, I can click reopen, okay? So the reason why you want to reopen, if you want to update a disability that was previously found to be not service-connected, click reopen. You can then add existing evidence pertaining to the reason your claim was denied. Again, remember this, if you want to reopen a claim from something that was previously denied, you have to have this. You have to meet the standard of the VA, which is called new and material. Okay, new and material evidence, medical evidence, and what that means is it's something that the VA hadn't considered before. Now, the burden of proof is on you to prove that. So if you're simply just submitting medical information that you've already submitted before, you just didn't like the VA's decision, they're going to deny it, guys and gals. They're going to deny it because they're going to say this isn't new and material. We've already seen this, okay? So, or you can, of course, claim a new disability. So you can request an increase for an existing one. You can add a secondary. You can reopen something that's been denied or determined not service-connected. Again, that's that nexus. Or you can claim a new disability. So I'm just going to show you how easy this is. So I've got all these disabilities. This is what I'm already rated for or what was determined as not service-connected, okay? So let's say I want to claim a new disability. Just click it. And it's going to give you, again, this kind of this Google suggest button. Now, don't panic. You may be looking at this going, I have no idea what I'm supposed to select. There's 832 listed, okay? Just take your time. Don't panic. Go through this and just be methodical, okay? I know there's a lot of stuff here. I know that. But again, take a look at that. There's 832 rateable disabilities here. That's a lot. Most veterans are really only familiar with the normal ones, you know, like the ones that you hear about a lot, post-traumatic stress disorder, sleep apnea, but there's all kinds of stuff. Coronary incidents, an accident, CVA, depression, dehydration, diabetes, elbow strain, all right? There's a ton of them. Frozen feet, frostbite. Okay, so let's say for me, I'm going to file a claim. I want to do gout, okay? I've got issues with my feet. I'm going to select gout from the list, and I'm just going to click save and continue. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to add gout to my disabilities. So as you can see here, it comes up in bold, gout, and it says added new, okay? So again, I'm going to do that again just so you can see. Remember up here at the top, you want to claim a new disability. And I'm going to do this time, again, you can start typing here. So let's say you wanted to do headaches, okay? You can start typing head and headaches comes up. Or you wanted to do scars, I said SCA, and look what all comes up. Scars to the head, face, or neck, scars to the extremity, burns, all right? I'm just going to do, another one here just for the heck of it. So I'm going to say I've got a back condition, okay? I've got lower back problems. So I do back condition, save and continue. So you'll see it added back condition as new, added new, okay? So now I'm going to show you, I'm not going to click the reopen because all you've got to do is reopen it. It's going to be reopened. Here, actually, I will do it. So I'm going to reopen hearing loss, okay? So reopen a disability. You are requesting to reopen, that the VA reopen this claim. To reopen a claim previously denied, we need new and material evidence. You heard me say that a minute ago, okay? New and material evidence must reasonably substantiate your claim. The evidence cannot simply repeat or be cumulative of the evidence we had already had when we previously denied your claim. Okay, we make reasonable efforts to determine, however, we can't blah, blah, blah. To qualify as new, the evidence must currently exist and be submitted to the VA for the first time. To be considered material, this is what a lot of veterans miss, okay? The additional existing evidence must pertain to the reason your claim was previously denied. So material evidence could be, hey, you submitted a claim and the VA didn't have the medical record to make a determination, so they just denied it. Well, maybe this time you reopened the claim and you uploaded all of your medical records this time, and you have a medical nexus letter from a doctor saying, at a minimum, it's at least as likely as not related to your service. Okay, that would be considered new and material. But if you just submit the same medical information you submitted before that they used to determine, they would consider that that's not new and material. Okay, they already considered that. All right. So it's asking for new and material. Save and continue. So again, all I did was I clicked reopen on my hearing loss claim, okay? So let's go to hearing loss, and you'll see it says reopen requested, okay? And you can always cancel this stuff too, okay? Cancel, but I'm not gonna cancel because I'm showing you guys on the screen. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you, so post-concussive headaches, 30%. I think I should be 50%. Okay, so I think I should be 50%, so I'm going to click request an increase. And it came up as post-concussive headaches, increase requested. Okay, so you'll know you did it right because it's going to show in this column on status what's going on. So you'll see on the hearing loss, reopen requested. On post-concussive headaches, the increase was requested. On gout, I added that as new. Back condition I added is new, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you on the secondary claims, okay? So remember I said that if you have a primary disability, say for your, you have a right knee condition, and because of your service-connected right knee problems, rated 0% or higher, perhaps it's caused problems elsewhere in your body. So maybe you favor your right side of your body because of your service-connected right knee problems. And because of that, you now have left knee problems, okay? You've had to favor your right knee, so now you've got left knee problems, okay? So take a look at this. Right knee degenerative joint disease with tendonitis, previously evaluated as residuals right knee strain. I can file a secondary disability claim saying that I've got a left knee condition or anything. It can be anything. But I'm going to say knee condition left. Okay. Save and continue. I'm filing this as a secondary claim to my current right knee problem. Okay, so take a look at what it does. It gives you this little arrow and it says knee condition left, added secondary. Now what I'm saying here, and this is why secondary claims are important. One of the big reasons, in fact, the number 2 reason why veterans claims get denied is the VA is unable to determine service connection. By filing secondary disability claims, you are automatically exceeding the burden of proof necessary for service connection. Okay? So because what you're saying is that my knee condition, my left knee condition, was caused or made worse by my current service-connected right knee. Okay? So you've already cleared the nexus pillar. You've already cleared the nexus burden. Pretty sweet deal, right? You might be sitting there scratching your head going, oh my gosh, how did I not know this stuff before? Okay? So again, you can do anything you want here. 832 claimable disabilities right off the screen. So you can add lots of disabilities. And then again, once you're ready to go, click save and continue. Now remember, you don't have to do all this in one sitting. All right, we're going to go through it all because I'm teaching you, but you don't have to. Okay, so for me, I already have submitted a claim for PTSD and I'm already rated for it, so I don't have to submit anything else here. However, if you're not rated for PTSD or you're doing this for the first time, it's going to take you through some PTSD questions, and what it's going to ask you is stuff pertaining to service connection of PTSD. And it's going to ask for what are called incidents or stressor statements. It's going to give you two options to do that. So if you've ever deployed, you're going to want to put that in there. Date of the incident, hey, I was in Iraq in 2007. And you can give approximate dates. And try to be as exact as you can, but you can give approximate dates. And then it's going to ask you things like, have you ever been in combat? Have you ever fired your weapon? Hey, I was in a hostile environment. You need to annotate, though, in the notes what happened. If you're aware of KIAs in your unit or elsewhere, if you know of that situation, please be as specific and detailed as possible. Again, it's only going to help the VA in making the proper decision, okay? So if you're submitting a claim for PTSD for the first time or you're claiming this, you may have to enter those incident reports and stressor statements here, which you need to do that, okay? Because again, the reason they're asking for that is they're trying to determine service connection. So help the VA by helping yourself. But I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it, okay? So I click next. So unemployability, this is a big one. All right. If you want, and this screen it's a bit painful to go through all this. So before you do this, before you want to file a claim for unemployability, remember we talked about filing a claim for TDIU, temporary disability, individual unemployability. Before you do that, okay, you need to get all of this information. Supporting info to have on hand, the disability, the type of the disability, the dates your employment was affected, treatment information, employer history, and all of that stuff, okay? Time lost from illness. This takes a decent amount of time. It says here that they estimate that if you do a claim for unemployability, it's going to increase your application by 45 minutes. I would agree with that. I would. So, do you want to do that? Yes or no? The other thing I want you to consider is if you guys are struggling, okay, if you're having a hard time making ends meet, you're likely eligible for SSDI, Social Security Disability Income, okay? Take a look at it. Go to ssa.gov if you think you might have a valid claim for that. Again, there's income limitations that apply. Okay, so again, if you've got a job, if you're making $100,000 right now in a private job or with the federal government, you're not going to be eligible for Social Security benefits. But if you guys are struggling to make ends meet and you're just not making it, and you're month to month you're having a hard time, I highly recommend getting get the help you need. There's help available. So take a look at ssa.gov. Okay, so if you're filing a claim for individual unemployability, you would click yes here. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to click no. I'm not filing the claim for temporary disability individual unemployability. But if you want to, click yes. Okay. Have you received any treatment at a VA medical center or a DoD military treatment facility? Yes. So I want you guys to be as clear on this as you can. List all of the information here that you can. The reason why this is important is if for some reason the VA did need to go back and obtain information, you're letting them know where to look. All right, so this is important. So what type of medical center was it where you got the treatment? Was it a DoD facility? Was it a VA medical center? So I'm going to click it. It was a VA medical center. My treatment started, again, I'm just winging it here a little bit. I started April 1st, 2018. If your treatment's ongoing, meaning you still go there, leave this blank. Okay, so I'm in the state of Texas, and my treatment center is the VA North Central Texas Healthcare System. Okay, and I click Save and Continue. Again, it's going to add this now. So try to list as many of these as you can and be as accurate as possible. Again, help yourself. Help the VA, help yourself, okay? And I'm just going to click Save and Continue. Any special circumstances here? None of these apply to me, but it just talks about, hey, are you eligible for special monthly compensation, spouse aid? Do you need an automobile allowance or adaptive equipment based on your service-connected disability, yes or no? Are you eligible for temporary total disability? If you've just had a knee replacement, you're eligible to be paid at the 100% level temporarily, okay? There's a number of other conditions that qualify. So if your service-connected disabilities required hospitalizations or surgical or other treatment, check this block because you might be eligible, okay? But I'm not going to. And then I'm just going to click Save and Continue. And it kicked me out again. Sorry about that, gang. See if it lets me back in. This is good, though, because I'm getting to show you guys how easy it is to log back in. And by the way, this kind of stuff normally shouldn't happen this way. At the time that I'm recording this video for you guys, the VA is having all kinds of what's called intermittent login issues, DS login problems. So hopefully that goes away and we don't get too much of that. But this is actually good because it's giving me a chance to show you how to find e-benefits, log back in, go back to the place where we left off so that you're not waiting around wondering, wait a second. So once I open a claim, can I actually go back in or am I not allowed to? Remember, all we did was click apply, compensation, apply for compensation. It's going to give me that screen that says you already have an open application. Do you want to return? Yes, I do. And it's going to take me to where we left off. Okay. It's kind of like doing your taxes. So think about this. Everybody's got to file taxes, right? It's kind of like using H&R Block or TurboTax. It's just following through a process here. So I'm going to go back to treatment records. I clicked yes, and then I listed those treatment facilities. Again, we're back talking about the medical treatment information. Yes, yes. Special circumstances, do any of those apply? I decided no, but remember, you may get, one or more of these might pertain to you. I'm going to click Save and Continue. Okay, documents to download. All of this should be coming together now where you're probably going, oh my gosh, now I understand. So as you can see, because I filed an increase request for migraine headaches under disability records, the VA spits out the disability benefit questionnaire for headaches. Complete the following form to apply. Have your physician complete any DBQs to aid in the processing of your claim, then upload it to submit with this application. Post-concussive headaches including migraine headaches DBQs. If I click this, this is going to open the headaches DBQs. Remember, we went through that in Module 1, how to use disability benefits questionnaires to win your disability claim and get a higher rating. Okay. set yourself up for success. Now, there's lots of DBQs. Remember, there's about 70 disability benefits questionnaires at the time that I'm making this for you guys. But there's 832 eligible disabilities. So you can see there's a big gap. That's why, if I would have filed a claim for PTSD or an increase for my PTSD, say you're 50% and you think you should be 70 for PTSD. And on that disabilities screen, you click request increase on PTSD. This would spit out on this page the DBQ for post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay. Remember, if you need help with these DBQs, contact us. Our doctors may be able to help. And remember, because you're a VA Claims Insider Mastery member, you're going to get access to them at a humongous discount. Okay? So I'm not going to use this right now, but I'm just going to click continue. It's just giving you a heads up that, hey, it may aid you in the processing of your claim. It may behoove you to do a DBQ. All right. Don't skip this step. I agree. There should be like asterisks. This page should be like blowing up like, hey, don't do this. Don't miss this. This is crucial because this is the tab, supporting documents, where we're going to upload all of the documents we've created under module 1. And maybe you got here and you're like, well, I'm just learning how to navigate e-benefits and how to submit my claim. I haven't done any of this stuff yet. Okay, that's fine. So it gives you this section that says disability benefits questionnaire for headaches. You have not uploaded a file yet. So all I have to do, let's say I took my DBQ for headaches, I filled it out, I got it signed by a doctor. I can click add or remove files and just attach it. Okay, I can browse for files and this will let me select it from my desktop. Okay, but I'm going to click cancel because I'm not going to do that right now. All right, but remember what we talked about: optional documents, personnel records, or any other documents to support your claim. You haven't uploaded anything. So I'm going to add or remove files. It's going to ask me now when I browse for a file, what do I want to upload? Okay, so I just click browse. Oh, you know what? I'm having issues on this browser to do it, and actually, e-benefits has been a little bit dicey on this. But all you have to do here is browse for files, depending on what browser you're using. Internet Explorer. We found that Mozilla Firefox works the best for e-benefits. Google Chrome is not bad either. But all you're going to do is click browse for files and select all of the digital documents, whether it's a disability benefit questionnaire, VA medical records, your military medical records, a statement in support of a claim that you wrote. Remember, I gave you guys the exact templates for how to fill this stuff out for various disabilities. This is where you want to upload all of that. Okay. Now, again, the good news is you can always log out and come back. All right. If you realize you don't have everything, just click log out, leave, come in later. You've got 365 days from the date you start this to finish it. Okay. So I'm going to click cancel here. Now, once I go through this particular step where I've added supporting documentation, whether it be DBQs, all of the documents I just discussed, click continue. Completion check. There are 0 errors and 1 warning. Brian, you did not include an end date for your treatment at the nurse. Good. Yep. The reason I didn't include an end date, remember we talked about if you're currently still receiving treatment there, you're good to go. So I'm going to click I understand these warnings. It doesn't need to be changed. Save and continue. That's it. Final review. Make sure all of this is correct. This is important, all right? I didn't upload any supporting documents, but I showed you how to do it. It's really easy. But I'm going to click Save and Continue, but make sure all of this is correct. What type of claim are you submitting? Again, remember we talked about the difference, the 2 types of claims. You've got the fully developed claim and the standard claim. The fully developed claim is going to be done, it's going to be decided faster and more accurately because you as the veteran, has already obtained all the medical documents you need, and you're uploading them for the VA to make a decision, okay? Versus the standard claim, which is you're putting stuff back on the VA to go hunt down and track down information. I recommend you don't do that, all right? I wouldn't leave the decision. I wouldn't put the ball in the VA's court. I think we need to do that and take control as veterans. So again, I'm doing the fully developed claim. I recommend you do that as well. And then this is your certification, okay? Now, this is not 100% true. It says, by checking this box, you're certifying acceptance and leave your signature. Once your application is submitted, you will not be able to make additional changes. That's not true, okay? Because if for some reason you forgot about other disabilities that you should have added, you can open up a new claim, start a new one. Remember, apply disability compensation. You can open up a new claim, start adding the ones you forgot, click submit, and the VA will consolidate the two submitted claims into one, okay? Now, I'm not going to actually check this because it's going to submit this claim, and I don't want to submit it yet because I'm not ready, okay? But if I did, it's going to submit it. Here's what's hilarious as well that most people don't know. It's going to open up the VA Form 21-526 Easy, which is the application for disability compensation. When you go work with a VSO, this is the only thing they do. They submit this form for you. We just did it online by ourselves on a screen in less than an hour. It's that easy, guys. You don't need a VSO. You don't need a lawyer. You don't need us. You can do this yourself. All right. I think there's been so much misinformation and this understanding that you might screw it up or you might not do it right. It's not hard. It's easy. All right. So I don't want you guys to be scared. Now, what's not so easy is making sure you have all the medical evidence you need, the DBQs you need, the medical nexus statements you need, the personnel records you might need, okay, the buddy letter you might need, okay? That's the art of this. And remember, that's why we're in this class together doing this. So all you have to do is boom, click submit. Now, once you submit the claim, you can always come back and add more supporting docs. Okay, you can always come back and add and upload information throughout the process. So it's not one and done. Don't think that because you click submit, you can't ever make any changes, because that's not true. All right, it's not true. You can always make changes to your VA disability claim. Okay. All right, guys. So that is it. It is that easy. Okay, it is that easy. I hope you found this useful. Again, I love doing this stuff with you guys. And I love doing this. I love that you're in VA Claims Insider Mastery. I'm going to click back here like we always do. We just spent a lot of time on e-benefits. And as always, thank you guys for your service. God bless you and your family. Again, if you need anything, if you've got questions about, hey, Brian, I just watched your video on the disability benefits documentation where we went through step-by-step, shoot us a note, all right? Or in the Facebook Mastermind, which you're now a member of, ask me a question. Hey, I'm ticking through, I noticed this, whatever. You've got 24/7, 365 support. You're a VA Claims Insider now, okay? You're a member of our team, all right? So thank you for your service, gang. God bless you and your family. And I'll see you inside the next lesson, okay?